Tonight on NewsCenter, 3 students are behind bars following a drug bust valued at $100,000. The nation shaken by another school shooting, this time in Florida.
Like it or not, marijuana is a gateway drug.
And a sheriff speaks out about his thoughts on a bill that would legalize medical marijuana. All this and more now on NewsCenter.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Bailey Kellum.
And I'm Drew Spangler.
Before we get into those headlines, let's dive into the weather. Jack, what can you tell us about the raining weather?
About the rainy weather?
Yeah.
Oh, it was incredibly warm today. It was actually really comfortable, almost early springtime like. It was upper 60s, low 70s all day today. Very comfy. Short sleeve weather. Definitely short sleeve weather. Let's take a look at our live radar real quick. And it's mostly clear. We have a little bit of moisture coming in from the north, and that band will sweep through later on tonight. But overall, it was a very pleasant day, even if it was overcast.
That's true. Well, thanks, Jack, for a look at our weather. We'll look more into that later.
Moorhead police conducted a drug raid on Christian Street last week. I met with Sheriff Matt Sparks earlier this week and learned that this drug bust was more dangerous than what they dealt with in the past.
I'm not saying that these people have done this 100 times by no means, but I feel confident it wasn't their first rodeo when it comes to illegal drug sales.
Sheriff Matt Sparks said him and his staff have been watching the dealers for weeks, building the full investigation for nearly a month.
Normally it takes a little longer, but we got some good information. We got some good informants working for us, working with us.
Sheriff Sparks says police found almost 10 pounds of medical marijuana, over 1,000 Xanax pills, and more than $5,000 in cash. 3 handguns were also found on the scene.
Being a sheriff in this county for years, being the former chief of police at Moorhead State University, that campus is in my opinion, the safest campus in the state of Kentucky, and I put it in the top 10 anywhere in the country. But you're always going to have drugs and people doing illegal activities on any campus.
The 3 Moorhead students arrested in the raid were here on visa from Saudi Arabia. There were also 2 other dealers arrested from Mason County that made the trip to deliver the marijuana to the MSU students.
We're always after the big fish. Right. You know, where are you getting it from? So we always give people that opportunity, regardless of what crime, drug-related crime. I mean, you're always looking for that that supplier, that person.
Sheriff Sparks says he thinks deportation will be a part of the punishment for the students. For NewsCenter, Drew Spangler.
All arrested are being held in the Moorhead Detention Center.
Dealers are finding new ways to filtrate drugs into the Rowan County Detention Center, and as jailers found out, dealers are getting more and more creative every day. Officials at the Rowan County Detention Center say they were able to spoil a drug drop-off point earlier this week when they found a letter from an inmate to someone outside the jail walls. In the letter, officials say the inmate instructed the dealer to drop off balloons filled with tobacco and marijuana in a bathroom at a dentist office where the inmate had an appointment. When deputies took the inmate, they found the balloons before he could get his hands on them. Officials say they believe the inmate had planned to insert the balloons into himself and then take them back into the jail. They say they are now looking for the person that dropped the items off.
With an already busy flu season, Kentucky has had a record year of flu cases. Student Health Services is offering flu shots at this busy time.
This flu season, students may find themselves at greater risk of the seasonal sickness, according to Tanya Socha-Mower, the Director of Counseling and Medical Services.
Campuses are at higher risk than the normal population because we're on top of each other all.
Watch for signs and symptoms.
You know, fever over 100, the chills, the body aches, nausea.
Rushing to get their shot might make some students feel prepared. It does take some time for the body's immune system to prepare for an oncoming attack.
Make sure you're getting full benefit from the flu shot. It takes a good 2 weeks. So the sooner the students get the flu shot, the better.
For students concerned about being able to afford the coverage of the flu shot, Socha-Mower assures that all students looking to get vaccinated will be covered.
If somebody has insurance, we bill their insurance, but there's no out-of-pocket expense to any of the students, whether they have insurance or not. because it's important for our community to get vaccinated.
For NewsCenter, I'm Nacogdoches Miller.
Students who are interested in flu shots can still receive them with or without health insurance. For anyone unsure, health services is located on the first floor of the Allie Young building.
With state budget cuts continuing to wreak havoc on Moorhead's campus, MSU President Jay Morgan announced on Friday the university is seeking to buy out employees' contracts. In the email only sent to faculty and staff, Morgan says they are asking employees to either be bought out of their contract from the university or move to a part-time position. All of this comes after Moorhead State took a $2.5 million cutback from Governor Matt Bevin's annual budget cuts. Morgan told the Herald Leader that his hopes were for the employees to move to part-time positions and not leave, but if needed, the university would create the cutbacks themselves. Morgan also announced the university would no longer buy 6 months of unused sick leave when an employee retires in order to give them more credit in the pension system. Along with this, the president says dental care will no longer be covered and employees will have the choice of coverage. We will have more on this story next week right here on NewsCenter.
Now a story that's making global headlines. 17 students are dead and dozens are injured following a school shooting in southern Florida. Authorities say 19-year-old Nicholas Cruz walked into a Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida wearing a gas mask. And then he says he set off the fire alarm, causing students to run into the hallway. Authorities say that's when Cruz started firing, killing 17 people. Investigators say Cruz was a former student at the school, and Cruz was later found and arrested near the high school. President Trump later tweeted saying his condolences go out to all those affected to the shooting.
Stay tuned. NewsCenter has more news after the break.
What are your strengths, weaknesses, any prior work experience?
Strengths, I'm really desperate and need this job. Weaknesses, I don't really have any that I know, but I've been told I'm an excellent juggler.
He should have gone to the suit bank. Career Services, now located on the ground floor of the library, has free professional attire available in the suit bank. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 till 4:30. Stop by and get the right attire to ace your next interview. Hope to see you soon.
Connecting you with employers and graduate program. Get info to launch your career now. Turning you into a professional. Focus on professional development. Start your job or internship now. Let Career Services help you separate yourself from the crowd. Develop into an expert candidate. Career Services is here to help. Build a network. Hands-on workshop. Career Services, turning you into a professional.
A local sheriff is speaking out about his concerns in regards to a bill legalizing medical marijuana in the state of Kentucky. Reporter Nick Oliver sat down with Rowan County Sheriff Matt Sparks to talk about his concerns and his displeasure with lawmakers for not reaching out to law enforcement before sending the bill to the House and the Senate.
Like it or not, marijuana is a gateway drug.
Rowan County Sheriff Matt Sparks has spent a career fighting a never-ending drug battle. And with a medical marijuana bill traveling through Kentucky's House and Senate, he's making his opinion known.
Don't see doctors in the medical field or anybody in the medical association waving flags in any of these states saying, let's legalize medical marijuana. It's your politicians.
Those politicians being Allison Lundgren Grimes and Senator Joe West. Both major supporters of the bill, Sparks says no law enforcement had any input on.
The Kentucky State Police, the Kentucky Sheriff's Association, the Kentucky Chiefs of Police Association, all are strongly opposed to medical marijuana. So either she didn't reach out to any of these law enforcement agencies, or she did and she didn't care what their opinion was.
Sheriff Sparks says that he is not totally against the bill or health benefits, but doesn't want to see marijuana smoked, and instead in a medicinal form like a pill or liquid that could easily be regulated, destroying all street value of the physical plant.
Now, regulation, it's common sense.
An idea that doesn't sit well with Jaime Montalvo, a member of Grimes' task force and leader of Kentuckians for Medical Marijuana.
The science is not there in regards to what is a prescription of marijuana. You know, how many times a day can you use it? How much can you use it? That data is not there because the federal government isn't allowing it.
Montalvo says although 29 states have already legalized medical marijuana, government officials fear the money made from legalization could create a domino effect in the Commonwealth's economy.
Passing medical marijuana may potentially harm pharmaceutical industries. It may potentially harm, say, the prison industry complex. It could do harm to people that make a lot of money off of its prohibition.
If the bill does pass, it can expect to face a waiting period for guidelines to be sculpted, a waiting period that Ohio just completed after passing the bill nearly 2 years ago in 2016. For NewsCenter, I'm Nick Oliver.
To fall at a rapid rate. Colorado, who was the first to legalize medical and recreational marijuana, reports opioid addiction dropped by 11% within the first year of the bill being in place.
Morehead State University has been ranked 18th in the 2018 safest college campuses in the U.S. The rankings list was put together by the National Council for Home Safe and Security. The ranking was created using recent data from the FBI's Uniform Crime Reporting and the Campus Safety Security Survey from the U.S. Department of Education in order to pinpoint which campuses achieved a safe and secure environment. In order to make sure the data was accurate, nearly all accredited institutions were considered, and campuses that did not report enough data were excluded. MSU-PD is accredited by the Kentucky Association of Chiefs of Police and have 15 full-time officers and 7 support staff members that are working to keep students safe. NewsCenter will have more on their story next week.
Students and staff gathered to celebrate Black History Month and promote literacy with a read-in at the library this week. NewsCenter's Jacob Butler attended and spoke with those who shared stories.
The snow wouldn't even fall on his house in the winter. Now, Stagger Lee grew up on
February is Black History Month, a time to recognize and celebrate achievements by African Americans, and a read-in was recently hosted in the Camden Carroll Library as part of the month.
When he was 5, he left. Took off down the road.
So the African American Read-In is something that was established in 1990 to promote literacy for African Americans and put that within Black History Month. So it's in celebration nationally, and here at Morehead State University we've been doing it for about, the institution itself has been happening since for at least over 8 years.
Students and staff performed a variety of works, not limited to speech.
It was the first year that the Eagle Diversity Education Center has actually hosted the African American Read-In with a partnership with the Camden Carroll Library. Today, we've had an abundance of faculty, staff, and students to show up and read the works of famous Black poets, writers, philosophers, musicians, whatever speaks their soul. So we've had an abundance of, we even had interpretive dance today.
His guitar on his back, a deck of cards in one pocket, and a 44 in the other.
Students may refer to events.moreheadstate.edu for a list of other events related to Black History Month. This is Jacob Butler for NewsCenter.
A Kentucky coroner is in the midst of a sexual harassment investigation after dozens of people came forward with complaints about the Fayette County coroner, Gary Ginn. In the reports, Lexington government says Ginn uses constant sexual innuendos and uses inappropriate comments. The city says that they are chasing after all the complaints and are investigating if those actions will result in the removal of him from the job. One woman who spoke to WKYT says Ginn made her feel so uncomfortable in the workplace that many times she would not want to go to work and feared his next actions.
For the 33rd year in a row, Johnson & Reed will be home to the 16th region tournament, but this year comes with some more costs. The Trailblazer reports Morehead State has requested an additional $500 from each school participating in the tournament. The university says the fees are for extra security during the tournament. During the week, the long event at Johnson Arena will see large crowds that requires more security than normal. Athletic directors in the region passed the vote unanimously in January.
By the name of Stormy Daniels has come forth with claims that she had a sexual encounter with President Donald Trump and was paid off to keep quiet. Daniels, whose real name is Stephanie Clifford, believes that a non-disclosure agreement has been invalidated by President Trump's attorney, Michael Cohen. Cohen acknowledged paying $130,000 right before Election Day, and he believes Clifford is free to discuss her alleged sexual encounter with President Trump. Cohen said the payment was made with his personal money and that Trump's organization did not reimburse him for the payment.
Stick around. Jack Cottle is at the NewsCenter with our weather. Thought it was going to be that.
Yo, why are you looking at bags, bro? What you need is a chick magnet. You put me in the room and boom, chicks. That's what I'm talking about.
It never gets old, huh?
Nope.
Kind of makes you want to.
Breaking a song?
Yeah? I love the sunset.
I love Eagle Lake.
I love the forest.
I love when Eagles play.
I love the campus.
And all its sights and sounds.
Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada. Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada.
I love philosophy.
I love diversity. I love English.
And all its weird words.
I love the music.
And all its melodies.
Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada. Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada.
I love fraternities.
I love sororities.
I love to draw things.
And all the athletes.
I love Moorhead.
It's such a pretty place.
What are your strengths, weaknesses, any prior work experience?
Strengths, I'm really desperate and need this job. Weaknesses, I don't really have any that I know, but I've been told I'm an excellent juggler.
He should have gone to the suit bank. Career Services, now located on the ground floor of the library, has free professional attire available in the suit bank. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 till 4:30. Stop by and get the right attire to ace your next interview. Hope to see you soon.
Welcome back to NewsCenter. I'm Jack Cottle with your weather update. Currently outside, you may notice something different. It was rather warm today. It was short sleeve weather, that's right. You could even wear shorts if you want. It was in the upper 60s and low 70s today. I think it peaked as high as 72 earlier. Right now it's 68 degrees and overcast outside. We're going to take a, we're going to move on now, and that's our record highs and lows. We're going to take a look at our live radar now. You can see we have some moisture coming down from the north rather. And there's actually a band that's going to move through about 5 o'clock tonight, a band of thunderstorms, so be prepared for that. I don't think it's going to be anything too severe, but you can never be too careful. All right, our current temperatures is 68 degrees in Moorhead, 70 in Lexington, 69 in Frankfort, and 70 degrees in Ashland. Over in Louisville, it was 71, and way out west in Paducah, it was 70 degrees. All right, looking at tonight's forecast. We're looking at scattered thunderstorms with a low around 57 degrees. And moving on to tomorrow, it's going to be rather cold and rainy. We're looking at a high of only 50 degrees, so break those coats back out. We're not ready to put them away just yet. And now let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. You can see we're going to have a general drop in temperature over the weekend. It's going to be cold and rainy, not going to be a very pleasant weekend at all. But things tend to look better towards the end of the weekend. We're looking at 50 degrees with a 30% chance of showers. Might get a little bit of sunshine in that. Monday, it's going to thunderstorm once again. We have a 50% chance of storms. And it's going to rain throughout the rest of the week. That does it for your Moorhead weather. I'm Jack Cottle. Thanks for watching. Now, Nay has your Eagle Athletics update.
The Morehead State Lady Eagles swept the Southeast Missouri Redhawks in last week's game, giving them their second overtime win of the season, with the Eagles trailing the whole game going into the locker room with a close score of 22-21. Starting up at the half, they finally got a jump on the score in the third quarter. The Eagles fought hard and never let up on the Redhawks, having them miss and putting the Eagles ahead. Point guard Darian Seward leading with a game high of 21 points and a career. Still fighting hard, the men's team yet came up short again against the Southeast Missouri Redhawks. 3,315 fans were on hand to watch the men's team take their 18th loss of the season. The Eagles had a hot start with a 12-0 run, but just could not capitalize to finish the game. Sophomore Jordan Walker drained a three-pointer buzzer beater to put the Eagles up 1 at the half. The Redhawks came out playing good offensively, running the score up by 10, putting the Eagles in the hole, leaving their score at 78-62 to end the game. He's a player that Coach Spradlin has been after for years. Freshman Devin Cooper has stepped up big time on a team that so desperately needs leadership. Our Miranda Crockett sat down with the rising star and found out what makes him tick.
My name is Davon Cooper. I'm a freshman. I'm a two-guard. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. Coach Preston, he recruited me since I was a freshman in high school. He was at every AAU game, and I trusted him. When it came to my decision, I decided to go with him. This year, I thought my role was just to come in and make shots. Me being a big guard, go rebound also. The chemistry's good. We all get along, hang out with each other and everything. We got a lot of new guys, freshmen, JUCOs, transfers. We work on that on the court, but we getting there. The practices, they tough. I mean, some days it's short, some days it's long. But every day we come here, we compete against each other. It's tough, but we gonna keep fighting. I mean, I think we got to win 2 or 3 more games. We got 4 left, so we just want to try to come out and compete for a W in the next 4 games. Try to get to the tournament. Basketball motivates me, pushes me. It was like in 7th grade, I made my moves to the team. And the first day of practice, I quit because I just wanted to work out and get better. Without basketball, it's my motivation, basically.
Won't end here. Devin Cooper sees more playing time than any other freshman on the team. We're here at NewsCenter can guarantee this won't be the last time you hear Devin Cooper's name. Nearly a week into the 2018 Olympics in PF Chang, Team USA is settling in and beginning to claim gold medals and making history. Team USA is officially no stranger to the Olympics, claiming their 100th gold medal with the help of Tuesday night half-pipe performance by 31-year-old Shaun White. A 17-year-old snowboarder from Colorado took home gold on Sunday in slopestyle to kick off the chase for the gold medals. Although winning gold was grand, America fell in love with the prodigy following interviews after the game where he expressed what his activities consisted of the night before, including laying in bed, watching Netflix, and drinking beer. The Olympics will wrap up in 12 days. We will be right back after the break.
The annual sophomore art exhibit is now open to the public in the main hall of the Claypool Art Building. NewsCenter's James Daniels was there for more information.
The Claypool Young Art Building has a new exhibit open to the public, showcasing all the art made by the sophomore art majors here on campus.
Well, the sophomore show is for sophomores that are, for art majors that are current sophomores to show their work. If you're an art major and you're going to graduate as an art major, you have to participate in the sophomore show and the senior show. So the sophomore show is the stage where they're sophomores and they're showing the work that they've done so far in their career as an art major.
The art gallery is open Monday through Friday from 8 to 3:30, and students have a chance to own one of these works of art, as some are for sale, with some going as high as $100. Time is running short, though, as the exhibit will close on February 23rd. For NewsCenter, this is James Daniels.
More than 125 posters created by students in collaboration with faculty members outside of the traditional classroom setting are on display throughout the Capitol in Frankfort. The event is this year's Posters at the Capitol, where a total of 19 Moorhead students collaborated with facility members to present posters at this year's event. The posters are meant to showcase campus history and culture. The event was the 17th annual Posters at the Capitol event and was held last Thursday, February 8th.
A distinguished internship program is searching for more students. The Washington Center, located in Washington, D.C., gives students the opportunity to work in a professional environment while creating connections in the real world. The internships can go towards college credit and also class credits. Organizers of the internships say students can expect to live in an apartment with roommates and walk a short distance to work every day, where they will gain their experience. To learn more about their opportunities, students can visit the Career Services Center in the basement of the library.
Safety teams are being created in Round County churches to prepare for potential problems that could threaten anyone. The Better Life Church in Moorhead is planning for what-if scenarios in order to help make communities safer and more prepared. The Better Life Church is the largest church in the county and bringing in over 1,000 attendees per Sunday. The preparations are aimed to help situations such as natural disasters, violent crimes, and medical emergencies that a lot of people can fall victim to. The churches gathered at the Better Life Church to discuss preparation techniques in order to help pass on the information to their own congregations.
The 44th Annual Student Academy Awards is being held February 19th in the basement of Breckenridge Hall. The program is being supported by the Cottle College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences, the School of English, Communication, Media and Languages, and Communications and Marketing. The event will showcase student films from 2017. The event starts at 7:30 p.m. and the films start at 8. The event is completely free and everyone is encouraged to come out and enjoy some student films made for your own entertainment. That's all the news we have for this week. Make sure to tune in next week to keep updated on the latest stories.
Thanks for watching, and good night.
There's keys.
Yo, why are you looking at bags, bro? What you need is a